Hello everybody. Today we are going to see one of the key properties of water that is responsible for, we could say, our survival. That property is capillarity. We are going to have the chance to see this property of water using simple materials. Have you ever wondered why it's possible for water in the underground travel from the root to the top of a tree? How is that possible? Which force makes that possible? During this experiment, we are going to see how does it work. For this experiment, we are going to need paper towel, food coloring, liquids, the three primary liquid colors, blue, red, and yellow, and 6 mason jars. 3 mason jars are full of water, while the other ones are empty. In order to do the experiment, we are gonna fold the paper towel in a shape that resembles a tube. So we are gonna fold it. For the sake of time, I've already did 4 paper towels, but it's just fold it around. Sorry. And then we are gonna see how we're gonna use it. Okay. Now we have already prepared our paper towels, and now we are going to start adding the food coloring to each of the mason jars with water. We're going to add about 4 drops on each vessel. Blue, yellow, and red. We're gonna mix the solutions with wood sticks to homogenize. And now we are ready to set the experiment. What we are going to do is to connect one mason jar with water with another one empty. Let's say the blue one and one mason jar empty between the blue jar and the yellow jar. And then again, an empty mason jar between the yellow and the red mason jar, and finally closing the circle, the third empty mason jar. And what we are gonna do next is to use the paper towels to connect a full water mason jar with an empty one. And we are gonna start with the blue one, and we are gonna allow this to reach the other end of the empty jar. We do the same with the red one. So this empty jar is gonna be fed by these 2 color jars, and we will see what happens. We continue doing the same between the red mason jar and the next one. Now we move to the yellow one, and this jar is connecting the yellow jar with the red one. And finally, the red and yellow jars are connected through this empty jar. So what we have now is the starting of the experiment, but at the same time we have to make sure that each jar has 2 paper towels going to that empty jar, and those paper towels are coming from the jars that have water, color water. Okay? And to see the effect of capillarity, we are gonna allow this set to stay there for 24 hours to see what happened. Well, 24 hours after we start the experiment, we can see the results. And we can see basically 2 things. We can watch that the water from the primary colors, red, blue, and yellow, has traveled through the paper towel to the empty jars that now are not empty anymore, but are at the same level as the previously full jars. We see also that when we connect the red jar, the red jar with the yellow jar, we get the secondary color that is orange. We can see it, here we will see the orange color. We can see it from the top too, the orange color. That is the secondary color that results from the mixture of red and yellow. At the same time, we have the blue jar and the yellow jar, and the mixture of these 2 primary colors give us the green. So we have a green jar that was initially empty, now it's full and with green color. And finally, I'm gonna turn it to see better, to watch better. We have the secondary color that is the result of mixing through the paper towel the blue jar with the red jar, and we got purple. Well, what is the scientific base for this experiment? What is the science behind the experiment we have just done? The water is sticky. I mean, it's a liquid that one of its properties is that it attaches to almost any surface. In that sense, it's sticky, attaches to any surface, and also the water molecules are joined together through a force that is called cohesion. And when this water is confined in very small tubes, the capillarity develops. This property makes that the water starts traveling through the very small tube, defying the gravitational force. And that's how the water in the underground, step by step, it's going up until the top of a tree or any plant. And of course, this property is crucial to the survival of the plants and from our survival too. Capillarity also is developed in our blood vessels and is responsible in part of the transport of blood through our system, our body. Thank you so much. See you soon.